Sleeping Literacy ETV. Come on, let's celebrate creativity with feature creature teachers and friends old and new. Welcome, friends, to our Leaping Literacy Library ETV show, Whale Wonders. Yes, today we are playing with whales. Little bit of information, some imagination, lots of inspiration. So let's get right to work with those whales. I wonder what whales do for work. Lori stories, Lori stories. It's Lori story time. Whale Work Wednesdays. A Lori storybook. Wednesday is the weekly work day, whereby whales whoosh to work at the Westwood Wharf waterfront, where Wilkes is the whale work clerk. Wee Willie is checking in for work with Wilkes clerk. Wee Willie is a window washer, washing away dirt. Whitney washes wardrobe in the waterfront waterfall. Whitney works with Whitley, washing at the water wall. Wise Wizard Wyona's work is to grant wishes. She is whisking her wisdom to all size fishes. Wanda is a wig maker, making wigs for whales. Wanda makes bald whales happily wail without fail. Wesley gives waltzing lessons to whales and walruses too. Waltzing is whooshing work, to which Wesley says, woohoo! Windy works with West Wind, weathering a wintry, windy windmill. Waitress Winnie has whole wheat wafers for whales to get their fill. Waitress work, windmill work, waltzing work, work for all, wig making, wisdom wishes, wardrobe washing in the waterfall wall, window washing, whooshing work at the waterfront on Wednesdays, whooshing whales working on a weekly wonderful work day. Can you read all the words in Whale Work Wednesdays? Little Bella Compound Cow. Oh, hey, Uncle Fido! So good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you too.
Hey, guess what? My family, we went back to the beach.
Oh, everybody likes the beach a lot.
Oh, they do. And I do too. Mm-hmm. And I saw something really amazing this time.
What was that, Fred?
Well, there we were on the beach and I was digging in the sand, like I like to do. So fun. And I was kind of watching the waves and watching things, and then all the people started going, oh, look, look, look. And so we all looked, and there in the water was the biggest fish I ever saw. And it was kind of coming up and down, and then it sort of splashed, this big splash out of the top of its head.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
That sounds like a whale.
Oh, a whale. My people did say it was a whale. Do you know what a whale is, Uncle Fido?
It's a mammal. We're mammals, and whales are mammals because they have to breathe air.
Oh, that's why it was coming up out of the water.
Yeah, they are so big. They're the biggest animals on the earth.
Wow. Well, it did look ginormous.
You are so lucky, Fred, to see a whale.
Oh, my people were all the people on the beach were so excited.
How fun.
I might have been a little scared, but everybody was just so happy and excited to see it.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful to see a whale.
When that big splash was coming out of its head, was that part of the way the whale breathes?
Yeah, it blows out the water out of the top of its head, and then it can breathe the air.
Wow, isn't that just amazing?
Yeah, animals are so amazing and fun to learn about.
They really are. Yeah. You know who else is amazing? You, Uncle Fido! love you.
You're amazing too, and I love you.
Feature, creature, teacher, whale. Ancient wisdom, big love. The blue whale is the biggest creature on Earth, bigger than any dinosaur ever was. The early whales came after the dinosaurs 50 million years ago, and they actually started as land animals. And their legs eventually turned to fins so they could swim. Even though whales look like giant fish, they are not fish at all. They are mammals. They give birth to live babies. Calves is what a whale baby is called. Also, whales, unlike fish, have lungs. They breathe air. To do this, they surface up and blow out of their blowhole at the top of their head. Whales are cetaceans with 90 different species, including 42 that are dolphins. Who knew dolphins were whales? Wowza. Orcas, or killer whales, they are dolphins. Orcas, like most dolphins, live in large groups or pods, and they are very skillful at working together to come up with creative and very effective ways to get their prey. That's why they're called killer whales, and they are the deadliest species in the oceans. Even sharks are afraid of killer whales. So a dolphin can actually swim while it's sleeping. And it can literally cruise along with one eye open. So one side's asleep, the side's awake. Wow. Dolphins use echolocation. It's making clicking sounds that bounce off of objects and bring them back information. They use this information for navigation and to find food. Baleen whales don't use echolocation. They don't need it. They have this big mouth open and they just are filtering their food. The blue whale, which is the largest creature on Earth, is a baleen whale. I mean, so big, they could probably eat anything they want. But what do they want? They just want this little microscopic food. So the baleen works all day long and they eat tons of plankton. How amazing is that? Wowza! Yes, whales are a wonder. I didn't know dolphins were whales. Did you know that? And how about the blue whale? The biggest creature on the planet eats some of the tiniest creatures on the planet. That is amazing. Yes. You would think something that big would eat something a little bigger.
Play with words that rhyme. Lori stories, Lori stories. It's Lori story time.
Gail and Dale, a Lori storybook. Gail the whale, Dale the male. Gail the whale ate Dale the male. Gail the whale ate Dale the male, who was pale and tasted stale. So Gail the whale spit out male Dale. Dale flew in a gale. Whoosh! Dale flew in a gale onto a scale, where he was put up for sale. And Dale lived on to tell his tale.
We're gonna sing a song about a girl pirate named Sophie James. And there's a whale in the song, so I am surrounded by whales. I hope you will sing along. There once was a pirate named Sophie James.
Sophie said, "Now I don't think so, for my ship is fast and you are slow." "We'll see about that," the whale said with a shout. She sputtered water up out of her spout. He raced through the sea, the ship and the whale, and Sophie's hat flew off in a gale. A gale's a really big wind. Whoosh. Can you do that? Whoosh. There once was a pirate named Sophie James. No one knew there was her name. But when she set sail, she'd yell, "Ahoy!" And everybody thought that she was a boy. Well, when Sophie lost her hat, she looked kind of different. She wasn't any different. She was still the same sailor. But without her hat, she looked different. And sometimes people will judge you, not on who you are or even what you do, but how you look. So when the other pirates saw her hair, they cried out, "Hey, look over there! Arr. That's no pirate, it's a bonny lass." So Sophie, she made up the tall ship mast. Well, the mast is that pole, it can be really tall. And there she was, like hanging way up, dangling up high in the sky, up high above the ship. She couldn't stay up there forever. So from up on the mast, Sophie cried at last, "I'm a pirate, sure, first class. And a pirate I will always be." And with that, Sophie jumped into the sea. It's a really big splash. Can you make a big splash? Splash! There once was a pirate named Sophie James. No one knew there was her name. But when she set sail, she'd yell, "Ahoy!" And everybody thought that she was a boy. Well, there was Sophie in the cold, cold ocean. Now, Sophie could swim, but how long can you hang out in the cold, cold ocean? Well, it might have been that Sophie drowned, but that whale came back around. The whale swam up to Sophie's side and said, "Now would you like a ride?" So from that day on, Sophie set sail, riding on the tail of that whale. The only pirate with a whaling ship that bore the name Sophie James at the tip. There once was a pirate named Sophie James. No one knew there was her name. So when she set sail, she'd yell, "Ahoy!" And everybody thought that she was a boy. Good singing, friends. Yes, there's been a lot of times throughout history where girls had to pretend to be boys if they wanted to do the things that men did. So, but Sophie James, she's the only pirate I know that had her own real live whale of a ship. Thanks for singing along. Oh yes, it is fun to play in this playhouse with our whale friends and friends like Gramma K and Farmer Don.
Gramma, Gramma, Gramma K.
Grandma K is here, and we are going to make a sea feast.
A sea feast, just like it looks under the sea, but it's food we can eat.
Yes! We're going to surprise Farmer Don.
Yeah.
He's off writing some poetry or something, and so we will create this fun food feast.
I think this is going to be really fun.
Okay, and so what you do, friends, if you want to do this at home or do it while we're doing ours, you just pick out some food and, think about fish and scales and bubbles and different things. And so let's just do it.
Okay,
Right.
so shall we make this part the bottom of the sea?
Sure, I was diving right in for a dolphin.
Great,
But yeah, let's make
because I wanted to put some coral.
cauliflower coral. And this looks like seagrass.
Yes.
These nice
So
greens
this
right here.
Coral right here, because the fish really like coral.
Use a cracker.
Shall I go get Farmer Don, see what he says?
See what he says.
Farmer Don, come on over, because we made a fun food undersea project.
It's a little sea feast.
It's a sea
Should I
feast.
come as a fish or just as a human?
You could come as either.
You can come as Galoop if you want to.
This is coral.
Oh gosh,
I
you
mean,
got it right away.
White coral. I'm not sure what the black.
That's a black-tailed fish. It's a black-tailed fanfish.
It's a fanfish with a round head.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful. And look at that starfish.
Yes!
Isn't that good?
That is really great.
This is a swordfish.
I should have known.
And it's a predator waiting to eat the black-tailed fish.
The round head.
Yeah.
The black.
Swim away, swim away.
What do you call it?
Sword of the swordfish.
Sword of the swordfish.
You never know what she'll bring. Grandma, 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 grandma K.
Oh my gosh, Galoop! Hello! How are you?
Do you want to hear my big story?
Well, yeah, where you been? What's been going on?
I was swimming in the deep blue sea, and I decided not to go too far down. I wanted to come up and see what I could see in the blue water.
Right.
And guess what I saw?
What'd you say?
I saw this big creature was behind me. And I thought it was a cave, and I thought, well, I must have hit land or something. I turned around, and it charged at me. So
What?
it could not be a cave. It was some great big thing, so the water rushed right by me, sucked me right into the thing, and all I saw was light.
Wow.
And I said, I'm going to swim for that light, because I don't like it back here.
Right.
I was at the end of that tunnel. I said, I'm going to go see what's out at the other end. So I swam as fast as I could swim.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, and I came out, and there was the deep blue sea, and I turned to look to see what it was.
What?
It was a whale.
Oh,
I said, I shut my mouth. I went right into a whale's mouth and right to the back.
And you made it out of a
I
whale.
swam like no tomorrow.
Wow, Galoop, that is a big story.
It's a tall tale.
Well, I'm so glad you made it out of the whale, Galoop.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is something else.
Well, you could sing with us.
I'm so happy just to be. There are a lot of fish and whales and sea friends here in the playhouse. You know what else I have a lot of in this playhouse? Unicorns. And did you know there's a unicorn of the sea? Feature creature teacher narwhals. They are a unique toothed whale. Unicorns of the sea. A long time ago, people would hunt the narwhals and take their horn, their tusk, and sell it for lots of money as a unicorn horn. Though narwhals are grouped with the toothed whales, they don't have any teeth in their mouth. They swallow their prey whole. The tusk or horn is actually a tooth. And predominantly only males have this tooth. Sometimes they'll have two, but generally it's just one. Sometimes the females will have the tooth, but most often it's just the males. Now this amazing tooth horn can grow up to 9 feet long, and it has 10 million nerve receptors in it. Very sensitive. Narwhals use that toothy tusk to get lots of information about their environment. As toothed whales, they also use echolocation, and they have the most clicks. They can have up to 1,000 clicks every single second. What? Narwhals only live in the Arctic seas, very cold and icy, and they have to dive down really deep for their food. Those waters are very dark, so the narwhals don't have great vision, but they do have that excellent echolocation that helps them find their food and find their way.
It's Lori's story time. Nana Narwhal's Knitting, a Lori storybook. Nana Narwhal Natalie is a novelty with her twin sister Nadine. As female narwhals, they have toothy horns, not usually seen. Not only that, Natalie and Nadine knit nice hats with their needle horns. They knit, click, click, nurturing other narwhals and keeping them warm. They have 9 nieces and nephews and a number of other narwhal kin. The Nana's knitting nurtures them in the numbing cold waters they live in. Yes, these Nana narwhals use their horns as knitting needles in nifty ways. They nimbly knit cozy hats and neckties. None of the narwhals say nay. All of Natalie and Nadine's narwhals contentedly wear their knitted array. Morning to noontime to nightfall, noticeable knitting is neatly displayed. The Nanas even knit a net to keep narwhals safe. Needy narwhals like Nelda and her mate Nate need the knitted net nest as a necessity. They naturally nestle in, nuzzled for safety. No wonder Natalie and Nadine are such novelties. Nosy, noisy neighbors who are nigh also get caps and neckties. The Nanas nicely knit for neighbor nightingales so they can warmly rest. The nearby nightingales thank Natalie and Nadine from their snug nests. No knitting is too minuscule for these notable ninja nana whales. Indeed, their needles have sewn caps for the notes of the nightingales. Nested nightingales sing well-warmed notation across the narwhal nation. Neat narwhal nanas Nadine and Natalie certainly have novelty nobility, nourishing and nurturing so many with natural, nifty knitting ability. Can you read all the words in Nana Narwhal's knitting?
Wow! Nana narwhals! They are ninjas with those knitting needles. As we do in most of our ETV shows and all of our Sea Splash shows, let's take a look at some conservation and green living in the sea with whales.
The International Marine Mammal Project reported in July 2022 that plastic pollution and fishing gear was a leading threat to marine animals, killing more than 300,000 dolphins, porpoises, and small whales every year. The main threats to whales are trash, fishing nets, ship strikes, habitat loss, and noise pollution. Human noise can interfere with whale communications, including echolocation. In recent years, many whales have changed migratory pathways due to ocean warming, which has increased the number of ship strikes.
The blue whale nearly went extinct from hunting. Though still endangered, internationally blue whales now have legal protection from commercial whaling since 1996. Whaling is illegal in most countries. However, Iceland, Norway, and Japan still have commercial whaling. Over 1,000 whales are killed each year for their meat, oil, blubber, and cartilage, used in many ways, including pharmaceuticals and health supplements. Narwhals are hunted for their tusks and for their meat and skin in Canada and Greenland. There are many working on behalf of whales worldwide, yet with all conservation efforts, there is always more to be done. As it is with so many other aspects of ocean health, our part is to keep reducing our consumption, especially of plastic. Yes, there's a lot of plastic on this table and a lot of things that maybe probably coulda, shoulda, woulda been thrown away. But since I know there is no away, I have a hard time, letting things go. So, for decades I've been recycling and telling other people to recycle, but now I've come to understand that a lot of what we put into the recycling doesn't even get recycled. We just have too much plastic. So anyway, we've had many living green segments on that. So today we're going to just have some fun with plastic. Since it's here, might as well have fun with it, right? So being in the moment with it. Plastic, talk to me. How's this looking? Like a bottle with the bottom cut out? And I'm going to fill this bad boy with some trash. I'm so sorry. Just a little bit. All right, so this is the concept. So yeah, we're just gonna do some little thing for the tail. It is fun to wing it. It is fun to just kind of go with the flow. Ooh, oh, check this out. Love it, right? Yes! Shazam. So we reused some plastic today, made a whale, and are reminding ourselves that whales, like all the other beautiful creatures and friends in the oceans, they can ingest our trash. They can ingest what we throw away. So let's not do that. All right. Beautiful. Yay. Yes, making my recycled whale was quite an adventure. And the whole segment is in our Leaping Literacy Library if you'd like to swim that path with me. You can catch all of our full segments in our Leaping Literacy Library. As for our time together now, it's time to say bye-bye with a flip of our whale tail. Whale tales! So much information and inspiration come from our whale friends. Narwhal says, be a unicorn. Follow your inner navigation to be uniquely you in all you do. Echolocation inspiration. Check your inner guidance to know where to go and to be in the flow. Echolocation can give us some redirection inspiration. When life is stressful, come up for air. Take a deep breath. Yes, our friend Dolphin reminds us to breathe. And to be heart smart and play, to blow bubbles, to enjoy life. Thanks so much for being here to play and learn, read and sing with our friends the whales. We will see you again, I hope real soon, for more Sea Splash or any of our other ETV shows from Leaping Literacy Library. Bye, friends. Leaping